So let me welcome everyone this Monday morning. It's our last day to close this workshop. I think it's been a great ride so far from Tuesday last week. And we are happy to have you on this Monday morning. I believe it's a great day in Africa, everywhere, apart from our friends Congo, who are facing some volcanic eruption, but we hope that they will be fine soon. But I hope everywhere else in Africa, we are doing well. So welcome to today. And we are going, just as people are continuing to join, we are going to open the breakout rooms so that people can finalize their the groups can finalize their presentations between now and 10. So for the next 1 hour, and then we are going to resume back to the plenary at 10, where we'll have the group presentations. Of course, the 3 groups will present from 10 until when they will finish. And then from there, we are going to have a session on course evaluation, and then we are going to have some closing remarks. So today, we might have a shorter day as compared to the other days. So as usual, if your language or the language you prefer, we have English, Portuguese, and French. You can go down to the bottom of your screen, language selection. If your language is French, just select your preferred language and then click on mute the original audio so that we can minimize the background noise. And I think that should be fine. So, Wilfred, we are going to open the breakout room so that when people hear thank you, so when people keep on joining, and I think we can assign for those that are already here, or they can join, please join your preferred group and continue with finalizing the presentations. As the instructions we issued last Friday, the slides are supposed to be 10, just 10 slides, and they're supposed to cover everything or all the sessions. Just to remind you that we had 8 sessions, so we are supposed, probably some of them will not have a lot of content, like the first one of the overview of grants proposal writing. Some of those could have just a line or 2, or maybe none at all, but we need to see how people, especially from session 3. So if you're looking for, some content to cut, it should be the first 2 sessions. But from session 3, which is very important, we need to see how you're describing your problem statement, your goals and objectives, and then how you have your implementation plan and method. And then from session 5, we expect to see some budgeting, risk management and sustainability plans, as well as how you're going to evaluate your project and disseminate it. Then from session 7, we are hoping to see a good informative title, the abstract, just a summary of your project, a cover letter, and then you can also list the appendices that you will include in that. And from session 8, we are going to see how you're going to submit the application and how you're going to build your relationship with funders. If you have targeted UNICEF as a funder, or if you've targeted, let's say, NIH as a funder, you have some tips here that you can say, we'll either submit through the online system that is called so-and-so, if it's NIH or USAID, or whichever funder that you have identified. So at least a maximum of 10 slides, and then we'll see how the presentations will go on. Otherwise, that's all I have for now. Let's meet after another, let's say 52 minutes. So thank you, and your groups. For the coordinating team, I'll ask that we can join some of these groups just to see whether they need any assistance. Etienne, if you can join English 2. We'll join English 1 to see what's happening. And someone who, I don't know whether it's Wilfred, who speaks French, can also join the French group to see what's happening. And if some members of your group have not arrived, you can call them or text them, find out where they are and ask them to join, because we only have 1 hour to work on our presentations. Otherwise, thank you and good luck. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I believe all the groups are back. I would like to find out from the group 2. Is that group 2? Yes. Manuel, is there a way forward? Have you guys found a way forward to get the presentation? Or not yet? I didn't find anyone else.
Okay, sorry for that, because with a few mistake, a bit mistake, because our presentation is with the one colleague. So so he said he's with a baby in the hospital. She's not in already, and all presentation was just she was typing, and we didn't get it. We was just trying to make her sending us the presentation. She didn't send yet, but we are still waiting for that.
Okay, did she indicate that she was in a position to send?
I don't know who was, is a colleague of yours who was interacting with him.
Okay.
So we are still waiting.
All right.
Yes. Petrok was interacted with him. Eh?
No, yeah, there was someone who was talking to her.
Yes, we are still waiting for that because we didn't get it.
Group 1, let me hear from you. What's your status? Are you guys okay and ready? Group 1? That should be Jailos's group.
Peter Rock, good morning, colleagues.
Good morning, Leo.
Yes, we are as ready as we can get, but we didn't finish.
Okay.
Because members took time to join, and but we continued nonetheless. I can share my presentation.
Leo, not yet. Eh? Just hold on.
Okay.
Just hold on. I also want, yeah, just let me also get from the French group. Are you guys ready? I joined that group and I had them, okay, they were working in silence, but they had assigned roles to each other. French group, how ready are you? Christian, Diadim? Christian, if you can hear me. Or Swatsara.
Oui,
Wilfred.
bonjour, je vous entends.
All right, somebody to translate.
Oui. Yeah, I hear you, but we are fixing some details. Then maybe after 15 or 20 minutes, we will be ready. I hope so.
Okay. So I want to propose that I give everyone an extra 20 minutes. We reconvene at 11:30, and we hope that we'll have found a way for group 2 to get their presentation and also for French group to complete. And also, Leo, you had mentioned that you had a few details to complete. Would that be acceptable?
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Yes,
okay,
we appreciate it. We'll do our best for that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'm sorry, it's 10:30, not 11:30. 10:30 CAT. So we'll let me give you 20 extra minutes. We'll come back at 10:30. So Wilfred, please open the rooms. And in the meantime, Wilfred, please continue talking to Frankild and see whether there's anything she can do on her phone, if possible, to send the presentation the far they have gone. But in the meantime, Manuel, if there are things that you remember that you guys were to complete, you can be working on that. Based on I think you have all the templates. If there's some information that you can be inputting from the sessions last week, you can continue doing that. So yeah, the groups have been opened. Please join. Thank you. Ifoma and Jabulile, please join group 2. Geraldine and Manuel are waiting for you. Elizabeth, Andreas, join your group 1. If you go down to the groups or the breakout rooms below your, at the bottom of the Zoom screen, you'll see breakout rooms and you can choose your group to join. We have about now 15 more minutes to go. And Wilfred, if you are ready, Wilfred, you can also assign them or move them to the respective groups.
They're already in the groups, they just have to accept. All they have to do is just
Okay.
accept to join, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see Foma has joined. Jabulile, not yet. Are you here? Jabulile, are you close to your device? Elizabeth, Andreas? Hello, Elizabeth.
Tous les bureaux administratifs ont été fermés. Seuls les centres de santé de base étaient ouverts. Suivant Christian, s'il te plaît. Je veux aussi vous demander de nous excuser. Là, nous avons beaucoup de contraintes à propos de la connexion et aussi nos machines sont un peu obsolètes. Alors, nous demandons de votre compréhension. Là, je vais continuer. En conséquence de tous ces problèmes, les vols ont augmenté, tout comme les viols et diverses violences domestiques. Ceci entraînant la dégradation du niveau de vie de chaque foyer. Également, le taux de mortalité est accru en raison du manque de traitement. En constatant la gravité de la situation de la Belle Cascade, nous suggérons d'améliorer le niveau de vie des adultes et de rééduquer tous les enfants. Voilà ce qui concerne le sommaire, parce que nous allons continuer. Ensuite, Christian. Aussi, la santé publique. Non, Christian. Est-ce que j'ai fait? Ok, laissez-moi de revenir. S'il te plaît, Christian. En conséquence, les vols, le diapo précédent, s'il te plaît, Christian. Je vous demande de m'excuser. Oui. Pour avoir une cohérence, c'est pourquoi j'ai demandé Christian de revenir au diapo précédent. En conséquence, les vols ont augmenté, tout comme les viols et diverses violences domestiques, ceci entraînant la dégradation du niveau de vie de chaque foyer. Également, le taux de mortalité est accru en raison du manque de traitement. En constatant la gravité de la situation de la Belle Cascade, nous suggérons d'améliorer le niveau de vie des adultes et de rééduquer tous les enfants. Oui, Christian. Aussi, la santé publique et le système judiciaire doivent être pris en compte. De ce fait, la formation pédagogique pour établir d'autres méthodes d'enseignement pour rattraper et terminer le programme scolaire est essentielle. Ainsi, la mise en œuvre de nouvelles méthodes agricoles, l'approvisionnement de médicaments pour les centres de santé et l'accroissement du nombre de juges et de soldats sont indispensables. Oui, Christian? Ce projet aidera à augmenter l'effectif d'élèves retournant à l'école, la motivation des adultes à reprendre leurs activités, ainsi que le courage des médecins, des juges et des agents de sécurité dans l'exercice de leurs fonctions respectives. Si le projet réussit, Belle Cascade va être une vitrine dans la région et peut-être appliquée aux zones environnantes qui ont été également touchées par la COVID-19. Là, nous avons essayé de montrer dans le sommaire les 5 différentes étapes comme le problème, annoncer le problème, les besoins, processus, impact et aussi la durabilité. Concernant les listes des annexes, le statut juridique de l'organisation, liste des membres du conseil d'administration, les CV des membres du conseil d'administration, les comptes annuels financiers, le budget prévisionnel du projet et les lettres de soutien. Nous n'avons pas eu assez de temps pour faire le budget prévisionnel du projet. Concernant la soumission de la demande, nous avons fait premièrement l'identification des bailleurs de fonds. Là, nous avons voir les différents sites web, consulter les différents sites web d'organisation, partageant les mêmes idées en indiquant les bailleurs de fonds de leur programme, c'est-à-dire quel bailleur de fonds nous allons choisir. Et nous avons choisi l'USAID. Et pour la qualification, comme l'adéquation du projet avec les besoins du lieu, c'est-à-dire l'objectif de l'organisation, là, nous avons bien choisi l'USAID. Et nous avons créé un partenaire pertinent avec l'USAID en échangeant des présentations par mail. Et concernant la soumission de la demande, en raison de la persistance de la pandémie COVID-19, toute soumission de documents se font en ligne. Alors, nous avons fait l'élaboration des dossiers en ligne, c'est-à-dire donner la fiche de présentation, l'élaboration de projet et budget dans le site web du bailleur de fonds. Là, nous citons ce que nous devons faire parce que je crois que vous avez bien remarqué qu'on n'a pas fait le budget. Ça, c'est à cause du temps. Nous n'avons pas assez de temps de dresser le budget. Deuxièmement, nous avons fait le lancement du site web pour entamer le processus de soumission en ligne, c'est-à-dire le processus mentionné par l'USAID. Et après la création de compte, parce qu'on doit créer un compte dans le site web du bailleur de fonds, c'est-à-dire après la création de compte, on remplit le formulaire, c'est-à-dire il y a un formulaire en mentionnant les renseignements sur l'organisation et aussi identifiant le personnel à contacter en premier lieu pour des renseignements sur l'organisation et le projet, c'est-à-dire le président du conseil d'administration et enfin en fournissant quelques renseignements supplémentaires sur la demande. Notre présentation touche à sa fin. Nous vous remercions de votre attention. Merci.
Thank you very much, the French group, for that presentation. I'm inviting any addition from the team first before we can get feedback from the bigger team. Liva, is there any member of your team who would want to add something?
Non, je crois pas, parce que vous avez fait l'assemblage de notre travail avant de vous présenter. C'est-à-dire, c'est notre contribution ensemble. Alors, je pense pas qu'il y aura une autre intervention. Mais ils peuvent participer s'il y en a, que j'ai oublié de mentionner.
Non, pour ma part, livre, tout est parfait, tout a été dit, donc pas de contribution particulière pour moi.
Merci, Christian.
Thank you, Christian. Okay, I will now ask feedback from other members of other groups as well as facilitators on the call.
Peter.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the French group. I think they've done great, Peter Rock, given that they also had a couple of challenges in the first couple of sessions, but I think looking at the work they've managed to achieve, I think they've come a long way. And the thought that they have put into the work that they presented today shows that they really have come a long way, and they have appreciated the presentations from facilitators and have applied it. So I want to thank them, because I think it took a while for them to get off the mark, but I think they've done very well. It is also interesting to note that they also came up with creative ways of submitting their proposals, given the current lockdown restrictions, that meetings may not happen. So that's also appreciated. I think it would have been much better to also see if they have picked up any tips in the budgeting, during the budgeting sessions particularly, so that as they do their ask, they also align their ask with the costs that are involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leo. Flora, welcome.
Thank you, Peter Rock. Thank you for thank you to the group, the French group, for the presentation that has been made. One thing I appreciated is the fact that the title was changed to make it more clear. And so that was a good effort from the group. One aspect that I expected to see clearly was that of the objectives. A lot was talked about in terms of the problem statement and why the problem is there and the justification, but just going to the specific objectives and also identifying the methodology that applies to each of the objectives that should be smart, needed to come out in a stronger manner. So I just want to encourage the group that even as they go back to the proposal, clearly articulate each objective, and beyond that, articulate the implementation plan or even the methodology for each of the objectives. Also spell out which is your target group. It's not clear what your target group will be, and who's going to lead the different aspects of the objectives. What assumptions are being made? Those are aspects that need to be clearly articulated. Otherwise, that's a good first attempt, and I encourage the group to go on in that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Flora, for that feedback. Okay, anyone else with the comments on that? Yeah, thank you, Liva. I've noted your message. Thank you for your feedback. Okay. I noted something during towards the end of your presentation about the online transmission. I'm not sure, you mentioned that because of the COVID restriction, applications are now being done online. Just wondering, are there funders who even before Corona were expecting like applications to be delivered to them hand copy, or that is physically? Just want to ask that from
Oui, auparavant,
from me, Peter
avant.
Rock.
Excusez-moi, désolé. Je vous interromps.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Ok, merci. Oui. Là, oui, avant la pandémie Covid-19, il y en a. Mais c'est pourquoi nous avons mentionné que, en raison de la persistance de la pandémie Covid-19, toute soumission de documents se font en ligne. Est-ce que je vous réponds? Allô?
Unfortunately, I was distracted. I was on another call. I would want to just let her. Okay, you can repeat what she said.
Votre question concernant est-ce que pour la soumission de la demande, est-ce qu'on va leur déposer physiquement? Et j'ai dit oui, il y en a avant l'apparition de la pandémie Covid-19. Et c'est pourquoi nous avons mis, premièrement, soumission de la demande, nous avons écrit en raison de la persistance de la pandémie, toute soumission de documents se font en ligne.
Okay. Thank you. At least I've noted that before the pandemic, there was a submission via physical, but now, after the COVID-19 came, then it's all about online publications. I think that's well. So thank you. Generica, your feedback is that the two groups did well, noting the timeline given to complete the group work. I believe with more practice, they will be good to go. This is a good start. Thank you, Generica, for that feedback. Thank you for that. So for those that have joined now, and particularly, I think it's Flora that just joined us a little bit ago, a while ago. We only had two groups presenting. One group, because of technical challenges, they were not able to present, but of course they have been presenting for the previous days. So I think some things were unavoidable, and this is one of them. So I want to say I appreciate the French group that have presented just now. Thank you for your presentation. I believe that with more practice, as Generica has mentioned, that you should be good to go with more practice in this area. So now I would want to welcome any general comments that anyone might have. As far as this, these are not closing comments, just comments, general comments that people might have before we start what we call a session, our second last session, which will be about evaluation. But I want to see whether there's anyone who has some comments here before we start on our evaluation. Probably I would also advise Group 2 to be able to talk to Frank Hill to get, if you can get her contact and talk to her, she can send you personally the group presentation. And I would also advise, actually at this point, everyone to, like for instance, Group 1 and the French group, you can email your presentations. I'm going to type my email on the chat. Just email your presentations to me at the email that is on the chat. And for Group 2, if you get in touch with the Jala, she can send you the presentation for your group. And I'm sure that even personally, even after this workshop, you can be able to proceed with the inputting some of the details that you are not able to input, so that you just have a full, complete presentation that you can always follow when you're doing an actual presentation. So I don't think there's any feedback so far. I want to welcome Lisa so that as she handles the next part of evaluation. Is Lisa on this call? Yes.
Yes, Peter.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm having a technical challenge with the French link, but I'm trying to get it. So as you explain how the feedback is going to be, I'm going to sort this French link group. Wilfred.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I can see myself logged in twice. I'm not sure whether that's a technical issue. I can see I'm logged in.
Actually, you logged in twice.
I don't know how that is possible. I'm only on one device.
Yeah, you probably clicked on the invitation twice. But that's fine. I'm saying you probably clicked on it twice, so it's logged in twice to the same device.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I don't know, because when I see the picture there is Evelyn's, and it's my name next to Evelyn Gitau's photo. So probably I think that should be Evelyn, but I'm also wondering how she has the name. My name is displayed.
Peter Rock, you're actually logged in thrice.
I've just seen that I'm logged in thrice now.
Did someone rename me just now? I think you renamed me Peter Rock.
Sorry.
Okay, yes, Evelyn, now I've seen that. Now I'm twice, but I also don't understand the twice me, and I can't leave on any lest I just leave everything. So
it's probably somebody used your link, your registration link, and did not rename themselves.
Okay, yes. I understand now. Thank you. Actually, Wilfred is clarified. So the reason I'm logged in thrice actually is because Patterson. Did I hear Patterson talk?
No, I did. But good morning. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Now rename yourself, because you are logged in as me, because I sent you my login link.
Okay, I will do right away.
Okay, thank you for that. I know now that. Thank you, Wilfred, for clarifying that. I was going crazy. Just trying to think, how am I three people in the same call? Yes. Yes.
Maybe as we sort out the renaming, I could just give the instructions for people to go into the chat. The French, we are still missing the French link. We are going to post it in a little while, but English and Portuguese, if they could be filling in the survey, the end of the training survey, the workshop survey. Is that okay? Yeah, Liva, I'm sharing the French link in a second. Just give me a second. I'll share that one shortly. My apologies for that.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Jailosi.
Yes, Jailosi.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. Are we going to get any certification at the end of this course, or it's just an attendance course? Hello.
Jailosi, give me a second. I'll answer your question.
Okay, John.
Grace, if you can hear me. Grace, I can't hear you, though I can see you have unmuted when you're speaking. Yes, Grace.
You can hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted you to please address Jailosi's question about certificates.
Okay. Yes, they'll get certification. Jalosi, yes, there'll be certificates.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate, because we have to show our employers something that we wait for training, you see. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Liva, and to our French team. My apologies, we're having a technical hitch with the French survey link. So maybe what we are going to do is we are going to share with you the link via email. As soon as we are done here, then you can share it with us back. Hello, did you hear me, Liva, and the French team?
Oui, 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 on vous entend très bien.
Oui, c'est noté.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Je vous en prie.
Sorry, please go on. So for the ones who are responding to it in Portuguese and English, maybe we'll give you another 5 minutes to complete the survey, and then we'll proceed with the program. So it's now 11:44. At 11:50, I hope we'll all be done with the survey. Thank you. Over to you, Peter Rock, until 11:50.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. In the meantime, I want to ask our friend Shuneni Kurasha to be on standby, and Patterson and Evelyn, because after this, after 11:50, then we are going to have our closing comments. And I just want to, we'll have it in this order. There will be one of the participants to speak on behalf of the whole group. And then from there, we are going to have Patterson Patterson, and then Evelyn, and then Kurasha, you'll come in as number 4. So for our participants, if you would want to be the one to speak, just text me, or yeah, you can put it on the chat. If not, then we might have to volunteer someone. Volunteering is the act of nominating someone to speak if no one nominates themselves. It's a new term that has just been coined during this COVID era. So if you'd like to speak on behalf of the participants, you can just text, you can put it on the chat and say that you are ready. If not, we will ask you to nominate someone from the group of participants. So thank you. I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Thank you, Jailosi. I've noted that.
Hello, everyone. I was giving you a few more minutes to finalize because the responses received were very few, but please take an extra minute or so to finalize on your survey. Those who have not already started, other than the French team, kindly proceed to the survey and just give us your input on how the training has been since we started last week on Tuesday until today. Those who've already participated in the survey, thank you very much. And kindly bear with us as we get a few more responses, which is important for us in our monitoring and evaluation of the whole training. Thank you very much. I hope a good number of us have participated. I'd now like to hand over back to Peter Rock. Peter Rock.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, everyone. You can continue filling even after we are done with this session. And then apologies to the French group. We had a technical issue, as Lisa explained, but we'll send you a link within today in your emails so that you can be able to also give us feedback. Give us a raw and edited feedback about the whole workshop and the different sections that you'll see in the feedback. So thank you very much. I want to request the people that are doing their closing remarks, if possible, you can put on your video as you give your closing remarks, and then we'll be done. So we'll still go on in the order I had mentioned. So Jailosi, you will not just speak for group 1, you will speak on behalf of every participant. So you're taking the chance, or you're speaking on behalf of every participant. We are not going to have different speakers for the different groups. And then so after Jailosi, then we are going to have Patterson, and then Evelyn, and then Kurasha, you will close for us. So without wasting any more time, Jailosi, you're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you, Peter Rock, for giving me this opportunity to speak for the, I thought it was for group 1 only, but now I'm being told that I have to speak for the whole, all the participants. Okay,
yes, and if you can put on your video, we want to see you.
Okay. I think you can see me. Okay. Yeah, that's me, Jairos Nkazaramba.
Yes, we can see you.
You can see me. Okay. In the first place, I just want to thank the SADC Parliamentary Forum for organizing this opportunity by coming up with this course for us, staff from Parliament. Secondly, I just want to thank the APHRC for excellent facilitation of this program. I think everybody can agree with me that the presentations were excellent and clear. Thirdly, the participants, I will speak participants from my group. That was group one. They were friendly and heartwarming, and the presentations were more engaging. For me, it's the first time to have to experience such type of training, the visual training. But I know it was not a physical classroom. We are not in the physical classroom, but the way we interacted, it was so heartwarming to the point that I would forget that we were on video. I could just imagine that we were in the seminar class, the way we have been interacting. And on the other hand, inclusion of participants of other languages, English speaking and Portuguese speaking participants. That was so interesting. So, of course, we did not interact much with the English or with Portuguese participants and the French speaking participants, but it was a marvelous experience to me and the whole members of the participants of this group. Grant proposal development or grant proposal writing. This is a component of project management. As for myself, I work in the policy and planning division, and one of the major responsibilities is to to manage projects that come to Parliament if donors are funding. So as for me, this course, it's rightly in line with the job which I do. But what maybe we can request the SADC PF is to organize more training opportunities in this area of project management. Issues of M&E are very complex when managing projects in Parliament, because the projects in Parliament, the stakeholders mostly are the politicians. So they have got their interest, their own interests. Issues of stakeholder analysis, they are very important. So it's very important if SADC could offer us opportunity with the staff working in parliaments to organize more trainings similar to this. If possible, even offer us to go for master's degree in area of project management. Yeah, so that's all which I wanted to say on this one. To all participants, mainly from the Portuguese and the French participants, it has been an honor. I don't know how we can proceed from here, but I would suggest if we could have working groups so that if issues emerge in our parliament, we can just share, we can just discuss in different forums. We can just have forums so that if there is an issue to do with project management in Mozambique or in Madagascar, in Namibia, we can be sharing ideas so that we can work as one front. Because what we want is to make our parliament to be similar in one way or another. We have to pursue as a front of SADC, PF of SADC. So I think if you can have those working groups, they're going to be helpful to us. Last is to thank all the participants, the facilitators, and the SADC Secretariat for organizing this wonderful opportunity of training. Yeah, thank you very much. But before I go, maybe I would have to ask when and how we're going to be receiving the certificates, because these certificates are very important, and this course, to me, it's very important. Yeah, thank you very much. Over to you, Peter. Peter.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Jailosi, for your comments. And I think SADC PF has noted very good comments, and we appreciate continued collaboration in this area, as well as trainings in the areas that you have mentioned. And I'm sure they will address that. The speakers coming after you will address that. Very, very good comments. We appreciate your feedback and your speaking on behalf of your fellow participants. Patterson, you're welcome.
Hello, I hope you can hear me. So, good morning. And I'm really, really excited to pick up from where Jailosi has said that this training has been very, very instrumental to all of you, and that I want to believe that we have done our best to help you grasp all the issues around grant management, and that it is going to be very instrumental in your work as you continue. So I mean, from APHRC, particularly the team that is implementing the project that is making it possible, funded by SIDA, which is the Challenging Politics of Social Exclusion, we're very, very happy that we teamed up with our research capacity team to strengthen your ability to write good grants, manage them well, and report effectively on that. And that this is, as I mentioned earlier, that it is not a standalone activity. It is part of a basket of capacity strengthening opportunities that we have identified, and we are collaborating with SADC PF, and we commit to collaborate more. So we are looking out for more opportunities to carry out new research building sessions, and where need be, we will also propose new refresher courses. And we also look forward to really having a chance when we can actually meet all of you, get to know all of you in person, and also maybe deliver these trainings differently. I know that the team that has worked on this, both at the research capacity building, I really want to say thank you to the team that has delivered that. To the policy engagement team at APHRC, I also want to say thank you for putting this together. I also know that we have had this very hard-working team from SADC in the ICT, as well as the Secretariat, and also just to the translators that have made it possible for us to have such a very good training. So I sat through some of the presentation, and they are very, very good. Congratulations, you've actually grasped the ideas. And your creativity is really very good. And I'm sure from now on, I look forward to when we shall have more opportunities and more projects coming down to the SADC region, where now you can be able to use these opportunities to transform your communities by tapping resources from the donors. And as I mentioned, there are quite a number of them. On the issue of certificates, we will try and expedite that so that we can actually make those certificates available to you quickly. They will be signed both by APHRC and SADC DG, So we should be able then to use some of those certificates. And I'm sure my colleague Evelyn will also talk about some of the innovations that we're putting together at APHRC that will make some of these courses to be available online so that you can actually go in and self-pace yourself and maybe get some new ideas on how you can actually carry out grant management. So with that, I want to say really thank you so much for finding the time to be with us and for your very good participation. I'm sure like many of you, I have enjoyed these sessions and I look forward to when we shall have another session. Thank you so much and have a great day. And thank you for your participation.
Thank you, Patterson. Evelyn, welcome.
Good afternoon again. It's really good to be back today after your week. I've been watching silently as your presentations are sent and the work that you've been working together on has come through email. So I've seen a bit of that work as well as how you've developed to get to where you are. It's also really great to hear what Jalosi had to say. It's exciting that you've taken so much out of this training. And I do hope that beyond just attending the training and getting your certificates, you will use this opportunity to partner with each other, to collaborate with each other so that you can start putting together grants that are multi-country, you know, that you put into practice what you have been has been shared with you this time round. And also to collaborate with even APHRC on some of the projects that you may be interested in undertaking going forward. Lastly, I also heard the mention of some of the other trainings that we do have through APHRC, and we could work together to see how we can deliver them. Project management, M&E, those are things that we do in terms of training. Patterson mentioned our soon to be launched virtual academy, which will have some of these courses online. And some of them will be actually specific to the subject of SRHR. So you can imagine if we do M&E, we may find that there's some case studies that will be specific to SRHR. So that's something we'll keep updating SADC PF on so that they can then take advantage of what we'll be sharing with our partners online. But lastly, I want to congratulate all the participants. I know you're all very busy people and dedicating time for the period that you've dedicated for a whole week. I know some of you are really struggling to actually be part of the training fully. I want to thank you because taking time off to engage fully in training is really, really important because that's when you get the best out of the training. But I would hope in the next iteration, as we start collaborating and having more specific trainings, whether virtual or face-to-face, that allow for you to completely move away from your office and sit and write the proposals for funding. I would hope that the time for dedicating such work will actually be created and that your different offices will start acknowledging that this time is necessary for you to actually be able to get a lot out of this work. I wish you well. I want to congratulate you, and I hope that from this experience, we will be seeing proposals, networks, and collaborations being built out of here. Thank you, and to have a good day and rest of the week. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. And now, last but not least, Kurasha, karibu.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, good morning, colleagues. On behalf of the Secretary General and indeed on my own behalf, I have the privilege of addressing you this afternoon at the conclusion of this training for staff of parliaments in the course that we have gone through from last week, concluding today. In concluding, may I draw your attention to SADC PF's vision of being the flag bearer of democratization and socio-economic development in the SADC region. And also to highlight that this actually is buttressed by one of the pillars for this flagship is the role of parliamentary staff as the technical advisors of Parliament. The effectiveness of Parliament would not be achieved without paying regard to the important role that staff of Parliament play now and in the past, but especially now when we are dealing with the question of how do we make parliaments effective during pandemics such as COVID and in the post-COVID scenario. It has been very clear that most of our parliaments have faced challenges in responding to the COVID crisis. It has been something new. It has been a learning experience. But what has been unquestionable is how, if parliaments have capable staff, are able to navigate through the meek waters. And this speaks to strategic objective 3 of the SADC Parliamentary Forum Strategic Plan for 2019 to 2023, wherein we seek to facilitate capacity development and other programs of support, not just for members, but also for staff of parliaments, in order to augment their skills, their knowledge, and their competencies to face emerging challenges. And in view of this, we have more and more sought to develop tailor-made programs for on-the-job training for staff of parliaments. And our partnership with APHRC has enabled us to realize significant gains in this regard. We have undertaken training in various areas, including issues of research, issues of influencing policy, issues of using media to influence policy and further the work of parliament. We have undertaken in the partnership to continue to respond to the specific needs of staff and also to be consistent in offering these courses on an ongoing basis so that we have more and more staff coming on board. We are able to reach more staff, but more importantly, we also are able to offer refresher courses so that we continue to retool staff of parliament to remain relevant, to assist our parliaments to be the flag bearers in the work that they do. When you look at, one looks at the state of democracy in Southern Africa, it is clear that going forward, we will need strong parliaments that are able to ensure accountability across the spectrum, across the spheres of responsibility that they have. As resources become fewer and fewer, it becomes important that the few resources that we have are deployed to maximum use and the staff remain critical in the attainment of this role. So when I listen to the feedback coming from Jairus representing the participants, you echo your sentiments, excuse me, you speak to the issues that are central to what we aim to offer through this program. So the issues of project management, M&E, as part of the job training, and also qualifications, possibility of offering qualifications, formal qualifications related to the work of parliament are issues that we must and will continue to give attention to, and through partnerships, we should be able to facilitate staff of parliament to be able to deliver in this regard. Allow me to also highlight that the issue that you raised, Jairus, relating to working groups of professionals in certain areas that of support to parliament, it's a matter that has already taken off. We have, under the Committee of Clerks, been rolling out training and experience sharing platforms for staff in various departments of parliament. We have had these for staff of in ICT, in public relations and protocol, in procedures, and we are actually currently waiting for Zambia to host an activity for staff in the verbatim record department. So we will continue to buttress this this platform or architecture to make sure that we are able to cover all the departments that are existing within Parliament. So your request falls within the scope of the work that we are already doing, and we will therefore make sure that this is also aligned, and in this regard, in due course, you should be able to, your Parliament should be able to receive an invitation to attend a similar meeting under the auspices of the Committee of Clerks. I wish to thank most heartily APHRC, our partners in this. We look forward to continued collaboration. Equally, I also wish to thank every one of you, the participants, for your commitment and for being present throughout the meeting. It was long. We know the commitments, concurrent commitments you have in your parliaments, but we appreciate that we're able to commit to find time to continue to take part in the participation. The feedback provided will be useful in informing us on how we proceed going forward. Allow me to thank all the supporting and ancillary staff that enabled our work to proceed. On that note, allow me to thank you most heartily and declare the meeting, the training, as having concluded. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurasha, and indeed every other speaker before you. We appreciate the participants, and I appreciate the Secretariat, as well as the coordinating team, and as well as everyone who worked in one way or another to make this a success. I want to thank you, everyone, and to say see you another time. And this is not a final bye-bye, but it's just see you another time. Thank you, everyone.
Au revoir.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Liva.
Bye, Peter.